Welcome everybody back to the Buds Podcast, episode 19. And today I think we finally will have some good news about the MLB, maybe some bad news about the NFL, and some interesting news about the NBA. But other than that, I think we're gonna hop into the MLB here. First off, they have finally come out with a proposal that we think both sides are gonna be going for.
Except for they didn't.
I'll let Mort take that there.
Well, they're already saying no to it, so there's
they are?
that. Yeah, because they want more games.
Okay. Well,
It is 60 games, universal DH, full salaries, no grievances, expanded playoffs for the next 2 years. The DH is the next 2 years too, and something else. It's like 60 games. The players want 70.
yeah.
Well, I thought they made a counteroffer, and the MLB said that no after they.
Oh
gave
yeah,
the
no.
70-game
Jeff
counteroffer.
Passan tweeted out their counteroffer: 70-game season from July 19th to September 30th, $50 million in playoff bonuses, 50-50 split in the new postseason TV revenues
too.
for 2021, forgiveness of salary, advance of tier 1 to 3 players. Don't know what that means.
I have no idea.
Universal DH and mutual waiver of grievance. So I think that all they're doing is just upping the games from 60
Yeah,
to
they want
70.
10
And MLB
extra.
is saying no,
Which is perfect.
which is just dumb.
Just take it. Just take the 60 games. And
Heck
play
no.
baseball.
I think I saw that the owners are mad that they extended the season 10.
I don't get why
games.
owners would be mad that they want to play more games. They
That's
want to
more
do
money.
what they're there to do. But
That's
they're
more
paying
money
they're
for the
paying them their
owners.
full salaries either way.
Yeah,
They're getting
like,
more money from TV from having more games.
It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand what is so wrong. Like, why they're in such reason now. Like, there's no reason. And all these players have been tweeting out, basically adding Rob Manfred and saying, "Tell us when and where." And it's all the
Mhm.
big players. Like, they're calling out Rob right now because he won't just agree to what they want, and what they want isn't that insane. I mean, they're agreeing with all the other proposed ideas except for the games, which, I mean, you think the MLB would want more games for more money in the end.
Oh, this just in from Ken Rosenthal. Doesn't think either of them are going to work. Some random guy from the Yankees named Levine said Manfred should stop negotiating and determine the number of games himself and start it up.
I mean, I
Coming
thought
to
it
you
was,
live from some random from the Yankees.
I didn't think there was negotiating anymore anyways. I thought it was up to Rob Manfred now. I thought negotiating was off the table.
You don't want to put it in his hands either way. So
I know we don't, but still, I mean, you would hope that in some way, shape, or form, he would come up with something good. I mean, yeah, that's all we got on the MLB.
it's mostly what we've talked about on A&M for the past 2
Yeah, I was
weeks.
gonna say we talk about it every episode because it seems like there's something new every episode, but at the same time, it's just the same stuff
It just
over and
eventually
over.
ends in the same
The
spot
MLB's
it
just
started.
a circus right now.
It's just
It's a Fuster clock.
we talk about the
Perfect.
same news about the MLB, but we just talk about different numbers every time.
Mhm.
We just you could literally probably put the same footage of us talking every episode and just change like the numbers.
If you would take a shot for each counteroffer, we'd be dead.
There's been at least 10 counter offer. No, 10 won't. We won't get
10
on that
wouldn't
topic.
kill you, but it wouldn't.
No, you would be
good.
dead if you were taking the shots during the draft of the Vanderbilt
Yeah.
coach.
I was about
Oh,
to say.
yeah.
That's way different.
Yeah.
But moving on to the NBA, since I think we're done talking about the MLB. We
It's-
don't
It
want to
doesn't
get
even
more.
deserve the goddamn publicity.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't need more airtime from us. We've been given it airtime. I think we've made like 4 or 5 MLB videos
Like,
this past.
Honestly, I'm not even looking forward to MLB anymore with all these offers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope that comes back, but at this point, like, I mean, will it even be that?
Oh,
fun?
actually, there is one other thing. I sent it. I don't know if anybody ever looked at it because it came from me. But Trevor Bauer proposed that thing where you could pay to hear the players mic'd up. I think that's the best idea
I
I've
did
ever
see
seen
that.
come from Trevor Bauer's
Trevor
fingers.
Bauer
Well, no,
tweeted
'cause-
like a whole thread the other day.
Yeah, no, because Trevor Bauer wanted to do his when this whole thing happened back like at the beginning in like April and everything. He wanted to make his own like basically like Sandlot League in Arizona where he was gonna have everyone mic'd up, all like big players mic'd up, everyone mic'd up, and he was gonna
I
get a TV. He had a TV deal going through it like Fox or something. I think.
I think the players would say no to his idea, and I think the owners would too, because they would have no idea how to televise that or put it in that. I mean, I guess you could just put it on MLB at bat, but
I mean,
I think it would be cool to pay $1 to pick one player, like for I think like a few hours or $5, and you get to hear like them mic'd up the whole day.
I mean, they already do that in spring training though, don't they?
Yeah, but they'd have to wear mics every game. Every player would have a mic, and it'd be a
Yeah.
lot of people running that stuff and having to feed it on MLB TV. And
You'd make a lot of money from
And
it.
a lot of players don't even speak English.
yeah, like I retweeted, I'd love to pay $5 just to hear Miguel Cabrera have no idea who he's playing with in the dugout. He has no idea who his teammates are. I would just love to hear what's happening down there.
He'd be, who,
Yeah, he probably doesn't even know their names.
he
No,
probably
he doesn't.
He probably doesn't
doesn't.
even know who the prospects coming up are.
No,
He
he
has
doesn't.
no
He
idea
said-
who Spencer is.
He said every year, he's like, I don't know who these guys are in the dugout with me.
Okay, we'll move on to
Tough.
the NBA here. This is another topic me and Mort touched on it was the very end of
We
A&M.
threw out some very good ideas.
Yeah, it was the
might
very
say.
end of A&M. We touched on it. So the details for the NBA return to Orlando is that the top tier teams will be in what was the hotel again?
It was.
I forget what the
I-
names were, but
I don't want to mess it up. I got the screenshots though.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was one of the top.
I think the top 4 seeds in each conference were in one.
Yeah.
It was.
While everyone looks at this,
It was the Grand Destino with the
Okay.
top seeds, with the Bucks, Lakers, Raptors, Clippers, Celtics, Nuggets, Jazz, Heat, and then we had the Grand Floridian, who had the Thunder, Sixers, Rockets, Pacers, Mavs, Nets, Grizzlies, and Magic. Then we
Okay.
had the good old
That's a
Yacht
tough one.
Club. We had the good old Yacht Club with the Blazers, Kings, Pelicans, Spurs, Suns, and Wizards.
So pretty much,
Zion's tipping over the yacht.
Yes, he is.
Oh, so what
Yes,
me and
he's firing through there like a
what me and
cannonball.
24 talked about is like just imagine like the second hotel. You have the Sixers and the Rockets in there. You have Embiid and Westbrook in the same hotel, going to the same players' lounge. Like
Playing ping pong and
you got
2K.
Beverly with the Lakers.
you
With
can't.
LeBron.
But, I
tell
mean,
me-
that one would go crazy though with the parties.
but you have to
We should-
remember they got a social distance 6
But
feet
also-
apart.
We gotta
You
say
can't-
everything that they have.
they
there.
can't
tell
do
me
skills
that-
in ping pong. They can't
Don't
do
you dare play doubles ping pong.
Yeah, you have to be
Yeah.
1-on-one.
Don't
no,
you dare.
the one rule, and I think it was 133 rules that came out for Orlando.
Yeah, the
One of the
113th
weirdest
rule.
rules was that you couldn't play doubles in ping pong.
Oh, I didn't see
Don't
that.
don't you even think about
That's
it.
gonna kill him.
I mean,
Did
no
they
one
have a
really
rule
plays
where you had to
doubles.
sanitize the controller after you got done playing, or
Oh,
what?
I'm
Probably.
sure.
Probably.
You have
Um,
to
Done playing
sanitize
2K
everything.
and ping pong, you gotta
Every-
sanitize the controller.
Every hotel is gonna have these amenities as follows:
Let's
players
go.
only lounges with 2K, TVs, gaming systems, pools, walking trails, barbers, manicures, pedicures,
Ooh.
24-hour VIP. You're going to have movie screenings, DJs performing up in there, which I have no idea how
Who's
they're going to
watching
get
a
those dudes.
movie?
I don't know. I have no idea how they're going to get DJs up in there performing,
What's
but
the
they'll be
point?
there.
What's the point of a TV in a player's lounge if you got your TV in your
So-
room?
They just want
But there's more.
And
There's
there's more. Let
There's
the man
more.
talk.
You got more video games. There's the ping
go.
pong. We can play pool. I mean, we'll play singles pool, I guess, too. And you can be outside playing beanbag toss against yourself in the long games. And you can
What?
also attend other games as a player.
That's cool.
You'll be the crowd. As I told Andrew, you'll be the crowd. Andrew said you can go there and scout. You could.
That's,
No, and
that's,
the one thing,
People out
the
there.
one
That's-
thing I was
that's gonna
wondering,
be
are the
cool, like-
coaches going to be allowed to go to the other games? I know the players are,
I'm sure they will.
I
but
think
are
they
the
can.
coaches?
Okay,
Yeah, why not?
here's my set on this, right? If you're okay, let's just say if you're a mid-range free agent right now and you're in the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm like the Lakers or the Clippers that like, hey, just come over here, we'll get a chip. Just tampering. That's so much tampering you could do right there.
That's what. No,
you could just
no,
start
that's what we said.
recruiting. You
That's
could
what I
start
was talking
recruiting.
about.
That's
Oh,
why
you know
we proposed
LeBron's
an
going
idea.
crazy.
Oh, you-
That's why we proposed an idea. Okay. I don't know if Andrew wants me to say it or if he wants to say it, but we proposed a fire idea to stop that from happening.
We said you mic up every player or every person, like every player that goes to the player lounge and stuff like that, where they can communicate. you put up Big Brother type
privacy.
cameras, and you have a reality TV show going for all 3 hotels. You air it on NBA
Because you'll
TV.
have these guys turning up. It'll be crazy. It'll be fun for the fans. You got Giannis, AD, LeBron,
That guy would
Kawhi,
be cool. That guy
Pat
would be
Beverly. You're
Kawhi. You got Tatum. You got Jamal Murray, because we know what Jamal does.
You got Slim Jokic.
And you got Slim Jokic. You got Bam and Jimmy Butler all partying in the same hotel with that random DJ is going to be there. You want
telling
those
me
dudes
you would
mic'd
tune
up.
into
Okay, that'd be
NBA
cool.
TV to watch one of those hotels, or even the second hotel when you got the Sixers and the Rockets, like I mentioned, with Westbrook and Embiid, who hate each other with a passion.
And then
Yeah,
you
the
get a
yacht
live
club.
look in.
And then
Yeah.
yacht club, no one gives a fuck.
You just hear
But you-
Zion chewing on food.
You got a live look in on the second one. You got like CP3 teaching Shea and Luca on a back court nobody knows about. Like, but then you go to the yacht club and you see Zion just chilling in the middle of a pool, just eating some meatballs, hamburgers, tacos, everything. And then meanwhile Lillard's there just rapping in his room.
with
And
Lonzo.
you got the Spurs. They'll just be sitting there bored because they can't do anything. Yes,
They'll be
Lonzo
reading a
would be
book.
rapping with him. The Wizards are doing the same thing. The Wizards would just be out in the water probably.
No, and then you got and
But
then
the
you got Mr.
intriguing
Aaron
thing
Baines.
is, we have Aaron Baines, but
Yes,
I
sir.
said, how well is this yacht club's Wi-Fi gonna be? Because Devin Booker streams every day, all day, every night. Can we get the yacht club hooked up with some premium Wi-Fi for Devin Booker to
I
stream?
don't think the man's gonna
Jesus
stream.
Christ,
there.
24. If they have
They're only
anything-
going to play
if they-
4 games. They're going to be out of it. They're going to be stuck there for 2 more
I feel like
months. So he's going
the
to stream.
Suns are just on vacation at this point.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
literally the yacht.
they
It's just
can't
a free
leave.
vacation.
They can't leave until the finals is over. So Devin Booker's got to stream at some point. They'll be kicked out within the next first few games.
Wait, you have to stay?
Yeah, they're not letting anybody in or out.
That's like mad cool because like you don't have to play, so you can just fuck around the whole time.
Yeah.
But,
You
okay.
you like
You can,
bring
pull
somebody
up to-
out.
to the other hotels party.
Yeah, you just bring somebody out and you like have them party the night
I don't
before a
think they're gonna
game.
party during like
No,
Yo,
and
but
playoffs.
you have
No,
you
They're gonna like drug LeBron.
yeah, you
They're gonna,
party
like, drug
you party
LeBron.
with someone and you like you're working for the other team. Oh my gosh.
No, apparently what I heard is that these players are so like usually when you go to like Disney World or like big concerts and venues now, they give you like a wristband and that's how you like scan into places. Apparently they're going to have a wristband on these players and that's how
It's a
they're gonna
ring.
track-
yeah, I saw that.
It's a
they're
ring.
gonna
Yeah,
track
ring.
to make sure they don't
a ring.
leave campus.
The only time Harden and Westbrook are going to have a ring in the playoffs. And
a lot
Lillard.
of players.
Yeah.
No, but something the reason like the whole reality TV thing started was because we were like the amount of tampering that's going on, they have to forego that tampering rule. Like because players are going to be coaches will even be talking.
I
like
mean, it's gonna be mainly just the GM.
yeah, it's going to be the
mean-
GM retooling for next year just in case they lose this year.
How many free agents are coming from the top teams though?
True.
Like all of the top teams got their guys signed.
The
besides
That's
Raptors
what
the
I'm
have some
saying. That's
free
what I'm saying.
agents.
Like mid-range free agents that you could be like, look, Mark, hey, take a little less money. We're
Yeah,
gonna
but
catch a ring
you'd
next
have to
year."
go over to their hotel. At that point, you're just better off calling them.
Well,
Like you
no,
would
they
in the
could.
playoff- and then-
If you think about it, let's just theoretically say like, who's someone on the Clippers that's not good but is a viable option? LeBron could be like, hey, come
Amazing
over.
idea.
I mean, most of those
What,
guys
Lou
that
Williams?
are
They're all under
on the
contract.
bench are on contract for a while.
He's with the Sixers.
I mean, Harold, you got Harold. His contract's coming up, and they haven't.
He's gonna get a
signed him yet.
monster deal, so the Lakers couldn't afford that anyway. So why would they
Yeah.
even think about it?
They gotta worry about AD first.
Yeah. But yeah, I understand what you're trying to say, Brad. Is
I
that
mean,
they-
like even a mid-range. team,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
If
they
you get
can-
hella mid-range players. I mean,
like Fred VanVleet.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Fred, he's going to get a decent contract, but would he take less to go to play with like La GM and be his point guard? Like,
Okay, that'd be. I
Get a
don't want to see
ring.
that.
Nah, he
They
wouldn't
got
do
they
that.
got they got enough point guards in LA. They got Caruso, who's apparently the go.
I just
Yes.
think that they're going to have.
Oh,
to
Caruso's
forego-
been tearing it up. By the way, during quarantine, he's been playing some pickup games and stuff against like college guys and Mikey Williams. He's been tearing it up.
Yeah, that'll help versus that'll help versus the Clippers.
Okay, Mikey Williams dunking on those dudes. No, he's not. He's playing with him. No, he's not. He's not eating up Mikey. He would stuff Mikey. He'd meet him at the rim.
All I'm saying in that like top hotel, I'd be scared to be with the Utah Jazz.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
They're already.
I wouldn't want to be
beefing.
near their room.
They're already beefing. No one's probably gonna. It's probably
They're
gonna
not
be like,
Gobert's gonna be like no one near him. The whole
They're not
time.
going to let Gobert or Donovan Mitchell out of the room.
they're not gonna let them sit at the lunch table with them.
Aren't they beefing with each other?
They were. I think they're good
I
now.
thought like Mitchell was like salty about that.
Oh no, I think they made up. They said they.
I would
had a
hope
couple
so. They're on a
strikes
team together.
or something like that.
I'd hope they would. That's disaster management coming from the front office.
I mean, Gobert might
No,
take one for
something
the
I do
team.
want to touch on. I know we don't have to discuss it, but for the first time since 2018, the Detroit Pistons
Oh, my.
have a GM. I
Here
just
we
want to say
go.
that.
And it's a good one.
yeah, it's actually
He set up the Thunder very well. I don't know why he left them, but after doing what he did this offseason, but
Troy Weaver. He was the one that drafted Russell Westbrook when no one thought he was going to be an elite point guard in the league. So
Right.
They're getting LaMelo.
Yep.
yes, I hope so.
And even
is that-
better.
I mean,
NBA
everybody knows he's going to be elite anyway, so that's not even a question.
What was it? 7 years ago today, the famous Game 6 from the Miami Heat.
Yeah,
Thank
I was
you.
going to mention that. Ray Allen himself also said in multiple videos I saw today, he said, "No, I did not make that shot and save LeBron's career. LeBron set me up to make that shot."
Because he missed.
He scored 13 points that quarter in the last few
Yeah,
minutes.
I mean, you can't say that shot wasn't clutch though.
It was. But Ray Allen said himself in an interview with Chris Bosh that I saw Chris Bosh posted today, and Ray Allen said, "No, I don't know why people ever say that. I didn't save him.
I
He
mean,
said,
it's-
I just did what I was supposed to do."
I mean,
Say-
he would have
say
got
what-
roasted if he wouldn't have made
say what
that
you
shot.
want about the LeBron and the Heat, but that was that could go down as one of the most clutch plays
Oh,
in
yeah.
NBA history.
I feel like no one ever says anything with the Bosch rebound though.
No, that was a great rebound by Bosh. Like honestly,
Like everyone just talks about Allen, but Bosch got the rebound that saved them.
and it goes down as one of the great plays and one of the greatest calls in NBA history.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Bang!
no, just still listening to that, like it gives
His
you
voice
chills.
crack in the middle of it.
Bang! Rebound by Bosh out to Allen. Bang!
His 3-pointer. Bang!
And then you hear the crowd. Oh!
His 3-pointer. Bang!
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all for the NBA. So moving on to I think kind of our main topic for the video here.
That for sure.
The NFL. Oh, I was gonna go first. We're gonna kind of ease in because I know we have some topics that we want to talk about, but
We have the biggest topic of today.
yeah, we're gonna go ahead. All right, I was gonna talk about first of all how Dr.
Anthony Ferrucci, I think is his name.
Anthony Ferrucci.
Anthony Fauci.
He's
Fauci.
like the doctor that's always was on the press conferences with Trump.
Yeah, he was a
Said
main man.
that the NFL should not
He's
play
from
this
Brooklyn.
year, but if they do, they should only operate under a bubble system as the NBA is doing. I think that you can look at NFL owners and they will basically give him the bird and they do not care.
Yeah, like
They're going to play what they want.
Pat McAfee said, they want to try to do those stupid face masks, like with the face guards.
Oh, yeah.
But he also said no matter what,
That'd
you're
be
also
stupid.
you're already dogpiling on each other outside on a sweaty field and spitting on each
Yeah.
other either way. So what's a bubble gonna do?
Like, I mean,
Well, that's the goal of those rings in the NBA is to know 3 days in advance. But
well, no, yeah. See, what they need to do, they just need to do their testing, do all their, like, literally testing weekly, do everything they need to do. But I don't think putting them in a bubble, especially a bunch of men with that high testosterone, would be a
Oh,
good
gosh.
idea.
Oh,
Gosh.
we're bringing testosterone into this, okay?
some rookie.
I mean, the only place that I think you could do it is you got to do it in LA. with so many stadiums along the West Coast, you got to do it there.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Oh no.
That would be the only place I think you could.
Those
do it.
helmets they were talking about though, it makes them look like a stormtrooper or some shit
Yeah.
like
It's
that.
like a space mask.
Like
Yeah,
a space
because-
mask.
You're honestly right, Brad. The California would be the only place where you could do the bubble.
I mean, even the
Yeah.
West Coast, if you take like NFC and put them up in like San Francisco, Seattle, or you put, the AFC down. I mean, it's hard to put it, but like you got to do it like that.
See, no, it's harder with the NFL because
It'd be awkward.
because it's a longer game and there's so much personnel that I don't think they could do it.
But
Yeah.
the East Coast, North, Middle, like Midwest teams are so used to starting their season out of cold weather, it's gonna throw them off starting out.
I mean,
California
honestly,
and stuff.
Brad, I wasn't even thinking about it, but honestly, they could use college football stadiums too.
But yeah,
I mean, they just need a field.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
see the
that's a
bubble
lot.
working for the NFL.
I don't.
You almost have 2,000 when you think about it.
Yeah.
But colleges are going back anyway, so they couldn't use their fields that much.
No,
'cause colleges are going back to start
colleges are
practicing.
not going back. Colleges
Yeah.
are not going
From
back.
what I've
They
heard-
started coming back this week.
All 14. I'm just gonna say the SEC because that's the only news I've seen. Yeah, all 14 SEC schools. I think it was 14. It might be 12. I don't remember. It's all the schools in the SEC are planning to have classes on campus in the fall, which means that football should go as normal.
They're starting to go
Here's
back
what
for
I'm gonna tell you.
workouts and stuff.
Here's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. Here's what I'm gonna. Yeah, like 30 kid. Yeah. Here's my thing.
Yeah.
I went to a practice today. Like we had practice today, and like you had to stay 6 feet apart. We can only do kickoff drills. We can't do much. Basically, the way I was told is if someone tests positive on your team in the high school league, you can't play the next two people. Your next two opponents are out the window. Your opponent you played out the window, and their next two opponents. You're taking out 6 teams. So if you get like someone in the SEC, say Alabama gets one player gets corona, you're shutting down six
Does
programs.
Corona travel through cousins though?
God
Or
damn
does
it,
stop
24.
at-
Shut your mouth about the South.
Because like it's the same like body of fluids and stuff. So I don't know if it,
Okay, I think we need.
Not
I think
everybody
we
in
need
the
to keep
South
this episode
has
on
sex with their
track.
cousins.
We need to keep this episode on
I wasn't
track.
saying- I wasn't saying that. I was just saying like spitting on each other, but okay, that too.
No, actually, I
One
think
more
we're gonna hop to one thing before that. With everything going on in the U.S. right now, in the world, there's been call back to Colin Kaepernick, and I know some people on this call have their opinion on Colin, but I feel like we need to discuss it.
Got a
because
big afro.
It's
He
big
does.
NFL news right now. So
Big afro, big NFL news.
he is currently. He's been last year. He had a practice set up with the NFL, but there was perimeters that were said by his camp that said the NFL was still being shady towards him, and then the NFL was like, no, we weren't. But now NFL teams are that he's basically being called to be picked up, and a lot of NFL teams are actually looking into him now. Pete Carroll addressed it, saying that he should have picked him up back a couple of years ago after he was released from the 49ers. And then he also stated that he's had 2 teams call him asking about him, like, and how the workout was a couple of years ago. I personally have 3 teams to end up with here. Okay. Yeah, you can say your thing real fast.
Okay. No. Okay, it was bad. Okay, the last season was not like it. It was not a starter material. Like I don't think that if this all happened, if he 100% got blackballed. Okay, no quarterback has ever been a starter and then been out of the league. Even if you're a starter and you go into free agency, you get picked up as a backup.
And I'll
With
admit,
Super Bowl experience.
Colin Kaepernick is way better than Jeff Driscoll and David Blau, 2 players that started for the Lions in the last
Jesus
10
Christ.
games want to play.
if the Titans had Colin Kaepernick, they could have made the playoffs 2 times when they had Matt Castle and Blaine Gabbert as their quarterback.
Who?
Especially a couple teams in the South. You know, the South has their different opinion on that kind of stuff.
Okay, now let's not make the South a bunch of racist like a bunch of people in the North like to do.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there, Joe.
Bubba, they're
I'm
gonna
gonna stop you
rise.
there, and I'm gonna say my 3 teams.
All right, say it.
Okay, so in no order, but first off, the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, okay.
I agree with that.
We need reasons. We need.
They need a backup. My
Yeah,
guy.
they need a backup. He fits their system in some way. He'll be kind of a replacement to Mariota, I feel, and he would be a decent backup for Ryan Tannehill. So there's that. I know Joe stated before this video that this team said they weren't interested, but I'm still putting them on my list. The LA Chargers. He fits their system yet again. And I feel like that would be good competition with Tyrod Taylor there. He would be able to mentor Herbert a little bit, maybe start a game or two. But you said they weren't interested. I mean, we'll have to see once the season comes around or whenever.
They said they were interested, but they already have 3 quarterbacks.
And again, you could see the Chargers doing that because they do have a African American head coach in Anthony Lynn, so that could be the favor there. And my last team, and this has been called for since everything started, the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh,
Let me
they need somebody that's competent.
Let me get my reasons before there's any words said or fighting. Okay. For one, the whole incident started in Minnesota. Brad, since you have your headset back on,
I want to hear the reasons.
I know. I just want to get my reasons before you get any backlash or anything.
Sean Mannion.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's
I don't want to
that's a good
fucking hear
reason.
it. The last time the Vikings had a Rams backup quarterback that went to the Vikings, they were in the NFC Championship game. I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, but Sean Mannion ain't it? Jeez.
No, these are my reasons here. So Minneapolis was kind of where everything started, and obviously that's where the Vikings are kind of based out of. And a lot of teams think, or the league, a lot of I think they've been a lot anonymous scouts and GMs have said that the Vikings picking up Colin Kaepernick would be basically a power move and basically showing like they support the movement and everything. And also, who's their backup QB? I mean, I'm not saying.
Sean Mannion's no Case Keenum. Case Keenum started some damn games before he got to the Vikings.
Here. Let me put it in perspective here, guys. Oh, damn it. All right, here. Let me put it in perspective.
Okay. Oh, can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. And I mean, not saying that Sean Mannion is a bad quarterback, but I feel like Colin Kaepernick would be a decent option for him. It gives him, in case something ever happened to Kurt, Colin Kaepernick has games played. He has experience. He has Super Bowl experience. He could lead them to a playoffs if they needed it and possibly get a win. Do you think Sean can do that?
I don't.
That got Nick
but here's
there. That got Nick there.
Here. Here's what I say. This is what Colin Kaepernick wants. I got 3 $1 bills, right? 3 $1 bills. This is what the Vikings have in cap space. A single dollar. And Dalvin Cook's holding out for an extension. We don't got the money. I'm not against it. I'm just saying that it doesn't make sense.
I think the Vikings have literally the least cap space in the NFL, maybe next to the Chiefs.
See, I didn't know that, but I was just making my statement of
his accuracy is horrible.
Could sign to. I didn't know that I kind of knew about their cap situation with the whole Dalvin Cook, but I didn't know they were that low.
Colin Kaepernick has a very good arm. I'll give him that. His arm strength is still there in that thing, but his accuracy was horrible.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think that he should be a starter right away.
No,
I think he's better than the backups. I mean, the Titans have 2 backups. One that just got drafted that's throwing motion, looks like he's about to puke, and then they've got one that's only played in the preseason and that's never even set foot on an NFL regular season field.
Is that Alex Tanny?
You can make the statement that Kaepernick's better than both QBs in Chicago right now.
Oh,
I think
got too much.
That being away for 4 years, I don't think he's better than Foles or Trubisky. At least that we know of. He could probably replace them, and if he did good, like slightly competent, I think that he would be better than Trubisky or Foles.
Trubisky's bad. We'll
Foles
get
has
that right.
proven over and over again that he's a system QB, so I don't think he'll be successful in Chicago.
I don't think he'll be either.
He's a Philadelphia QB. That's the only system he's ever been successful in. That's the only system he will ever be successful in. He won't be a good QB on any other roster in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
I've stated that over and over. My other friends disagree with me, but you look at the stats, he hasn't been good anywhere else he plays. In Philadelphia, he's a perennial Pro Bowler.
He was on
Super Bowl
Jacksonville.
champion.
I think it's almost time to talk about the sensitive topic.
I got one more thing. I got one more thing to add for
Okay,
Kaepernick.
go ahead, Brad.
So what I think about Kaepernick is I wouldn't be mad if the Vikings signed him. I'm not going to be mad. He's a good quarterback.
Well, yeah.
Went to the Super Bowl. But here's the thing. I think his purpose in life is way more than the NFL. The way that he stands, like, in his movement, I think that where he is where he's meant to be. He's, like, the leader of, like, the Black Lives Matter. I wouldn't say he's the leader, but he's, like, one of the perennial pieces of the – and I think that's where his purpose is.
Didn't he, like, sign – didn't he, like, join something?
Yeah, he joined Medium's board of directors for, like, race.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. But I think his attention needs more to that than the NFL at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I
think what the NFL should do.
I don't think he's getting picked up, though. I don't think he's getting picked up this offseason.
I think what the NFL should do, bring Kaepernick on and have him run like a equality thing in the NFL. Have him be like in charge of running like an equality, like something against the systematic racism that everyone's fighting for right now. Have him be the leader of something, of like a players coalition, something. The NFL needs to make a power move there, because the fact that Roger Goodell did not make a statement until he saw that Super Bowl winner,
Roger Goodell's a racist,
and MVP of the league a year ago, Patrick Mahomes, put out, one of the best players in the league, put out a video on the whole league-wide video. The fact that he had to wait for him to put out a video for Goodell to make a statement, that's bad. That's bad PR.
Yeah, it's very bad. Especially if you have like a platform like that, you're an NFL commissioner. You should be one of the first people to put something out about that.
Exactly. All right,
you're one of the most known people in sports. You should.
Yeah. We'll move past that because I got a little bit too heated.
It's sensitive topic.
So now our last topic of the day. I'll let Joe take it.
All right. As everyone knows, by far my favorite Jets player of all time. I know he's only been playing for 3 years, but Jamal Adams has asked for a trade. I don't know how I felt about it. At first, I was like, number one, we're getting like 3 wins if we don't have him this year. But, I mean, he doesn't deserve to be on the New York Jets. He's too good to be on that team. I mean, they're not building around him, even though he's a safety. Like, the defense, I mean, it was a 9th-ranked defensive league last year, but, like, still, I think he had a very big part in that, and that'll definitely go down, but I think he deserves to win a Super Bowl. Yeah.
I think I'm not dogging on the Jets. Not dogging on Jamal Adams. I don't like how the Jets used him, and
100%.
How they're not paying. He's one of the best safeties in the league, and they're not paying him his money.
Wait, what do you mean by used him? Like in game? Because I feel like in game they used him like perfectly.
They used him. Okay,
I feel like they used him perfectly in game.
They're not treating him how he's being used.
100%. I mean, in my opinion, he's like
I said, he's
top 5 safety in the league. That can be talked about. Just my opinion. And I feel like the fact that they don't even care if he leaves, I feel like is just horrible.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to get a haul from him, obviously, but this has been going on for a year. I think we were going to kind of go back and forth about it, but again, this has been going on for a year. So I think we knew it was coming.
A team like the Cowboys are going to give him like a 1st and like a 4th probably for him.
It's definitely gotten messy.
If I'm a GM, I'm not giving anything more than maybe 2 second-round picks. You know he wants out. I mean, the only thing that it holds value is his contract.
Yeah,
I think that.
Yeah, but like same with like Stephon Diggs. Like you know he wanted out too, but like the Bills gave like a lot for him.
But the Vikings didn't have to move him. I mean, they
I
sure
mean,
didn't have
nobody
to.
has to
It
move
could have
anybody.
worked. Oh, with Jamal Adams, he's either not playing or he's getting traded. The
No,
way it sounds.
I personally think that he's gonna play with whichever team, but he wants an extension or he wants something with his contract done or a different team.
I think
I think. Yeah.
what the teams that are trying to get him, they have to be really careful for this not to be a Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey was traded for 2 first-round picks, and when they got him, it looked like it could have been the turning point for the Rams because the Rams were mediocre, and they did finish 9-7.
They could have easily been one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Donald, you could probably say the best lineman in the NFL, defensive lineman, and not be really argued with. Jalen Ramsey is one of the best cornerbacks in the league, or was before in Jacksonville.
Linebacking core.
And
decent
good
safeties.
Yeah, it could have been. They should have been the best defense in the league. Yeah. And then they traded away 2 first-round picks for Jalen Ramsey. They had to trade away Marcus Peters to Baltimore just to get some cap room so they can get his current contract. And now they're trying to get his an extension done for next year, not next year, but the year after this year.
Yeah.
And it's just a disaster there.
So
if that happens, then whatever team gets him, it's gonna be a big loss.
One thing I'm personally scared for is that teams aren't gonna know how to use Jamal Adams like the New York Jets do, because there's no one else that good on the New York Jets defense. I'm gonna put it like that, and they center the defense around him, and I feel like teams aren't gonna use him as well. And
at the same time, I feel like him going to a better defense could also help him grow his game, because he doesn't have to be the centerpiece, so he can work on what he needs to work on.
I mean, I feel like the defensive play calling was really good. We definitely did not have talent for like a top 10 ranked defense. I think we had like the 10th ranked defense somehow, like the dead last offense. He deserves to be on a better team. He's doing way too much. And
the team that I think should get him is the Saints.
Yeah, I'm thinking
that would work good for them.
Yeah, I see people saying like Marcus Williams is like a top 5 safety. I'm like,
no,
I don't see it.
I'm like, you got too much.
I
think he's pretty good, but
I'll go back to 2017 divisional game about.
Brad, that was one play. That was one play.
Okay.
I mean, it will haunt him for the rest of his career.
100%.
One more contract dispute I want to talk about. It came up in recent days.
Fuck yourself.
No, I honestly just want to ask your opinion on it. The Delvin Cook situation. Do you feel like he deserves the long-term deal?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah,
running backs are a dime a dozen.
I think he deserves 3 years, 39 mil though.
I agree. He's a great running back. He hasn't been fully healthy for a whole year.
Yeah, he's played 29 games over 3 years.
I mean,
he's never been healthy.
He got like too much. So I mean, he got a. I feel like because how many years left on his contract? Because
he's going into his last year of his rookie deal.
Yeah, so I feel like if he proves himself this year.
Well, no, he won't play unless you give him the extension. That's how the NFL works. This is so stupid how contracts work. Oh, I want an extension, so I'm going to hold out. But you signed the deal that you said you were going to show up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no.
What?
Okay, I'll say this. Holdouts, holding out for a better contract, I get why players do that. Because, I mean, the thing is, if you look at Earl Thomas was, when he was with the Seahawks, he held out for a new contract. And then he was like, okay, I'll come back. I forgot what week it was. It was like 7 or 8. And then he broke his leg.
Yeah, and that pissed him off.
That really pissed him off. But it also, he flipped off the coach, which was really funny. And also, I think that really hurt his contract negotiations for next year, because he was old. I mean, not too old, but aging and he just came off a broken leg. So I get why they hold out, because if they get injured, if Dalvin Cook did not do this, plays for the Vikings and tears an ACL, the Vikings will throw him away like he's trash. Like, the Vikings won't even think two things about him. Mm-hmm.
Well, no.
Honestly, he won't take $6 million.
Running backs are a dime a dozen. Like, his backup's good. No.
Well, why,
Alexander
why-
Madison is the same running back, but with way less pay. I'm tired of this whole like, oh, I'm great, so give me the contract. I mean, I get that. Go chase a bag, but like, you got to think about it. As a player, you're never going to win a championship if everyone's demanding money.
And I mean, when you look at it, Delvin Cook rushed for about 1,132 yards last year. Alexander Madison rushed for 462 in his rookie year as a backup running back. So you can make that case if you give him a full 16-game slate, he could have probably rushed for 1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, you
was
got
some
to
team.
look at it. I don't think you bring back Delvin Cook unless it's on a 2-year cheap deal.
You can't just let him go though.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're
Yeah,
gonna have to.
I agree. You can't let someone go, but like the point is like running backs come in a dime a dozen. So like if he goes, who's to say that Alexander Madison's not the next guy?
Or who's to say they don't pick up a guy in the next couple of drafts like Jarrett Patterson?
Yes, sir.
That's my theory on running back, giving running backs a contract. Christian McCaffrey, I think he deserves one because he's like the best, like all around. He can catch, run, do whatever.
No, honestly, no. You're completely
Saquon.
right. There's this like I've noticed this in like I know it's stupid, but playing Madden, like you don't pay a running back unless you have at least 2 good productive years out of him. And Delvin Cook, he's only showed 1 good productive year.
Last
He's gotten
year.
injured the other 2.
Yep.
So I mean, realistically, he's not a good sign there. You can find if I need to go younger on my team, I'm gonna
short-term
go younger.
contract.
Let Delvin Cook go. If he has a good career, okay, loss on my part. Made a
Well,
mistake.
no,
Hopefully there's another good running back in my system.
he wasn't even healthy last year. He sat out a couple games because his shoulder was hurt.
Yeah, he sent out 2 games.
Yeah, he hasn't played a full 16 games.
And also
I
against
don't
the
give you a deal,
49ers, also against the 49ers in the playoffs, he had 9 carries for 18 yards.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean,
At this point, bro, I'm Alexander Madison and Mike Boone season all season.
no, I totally agree with you on that. That's why I wanted to bring it up because I wanted to know your opinion because I was hoping we were like on the same wavelength there.
Running backs are a dime a dozen.
Yeah, this is like the Melvin Gordon situation last
Yeah,
year.
and he'll come back or he'll do whatever and get pay somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oops, whatever.
I mean, running backs last year were pretty big in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Look at the Titans and the 49ers.
Yeah, they were carried by their
Well,
running
the
back.
49ers were more of a committee.
Yeah,
of
49ers were like
Raheem Mostert.
they had their whole like locker
Breida.
room as running backs, and
Yeah.
then they threw the other 21 guys out on the field, and then they just had the rest of the team as running back.
I mean, it's kind of.
This is what I'm scared about, though.
Yeah.
What if Derrick Henry does not sign his franchise tag and holds out?
See,
'Cause that's good.
I think
Hang on.
he should be getting paid.
He
I think
should
he
be
should
the
be
one.
getting paid.
He should
I mean,
have
he
gotten
did.
paid over Tannehill.
If-
I'm sorry to say it,
It
but
should have
I
been the
don't
opposite.
think. I don't think that. I think they should have paid both. I don't think that. Everyone says Tannehill got overpaid, and if it wasn't for Tannehill, Derrick Henry wouldn't have 1,500 yards last season.
No, honestly, no. Here's
and that's a
what you do.
fact.
but like that's like giving Case Keenum a max deal after one season, isn't it?
Basically.
But yeah, and they also structured it
No,
good
what they should
for
have
the
done.
team.
What they should have done, paid. No, what they should have done, they should have paid Henry, taken like he's young running back. You're golden there. He's like it's not like McCaffrey, but at the same time it kind of is. And then what you do, you place the franchise tag on Tannehill. Yeah, you're overpaying him a little bit for a year, but it's only a year. So
See,
and
see,
he would have
yeah.
he would have signed it, and you would have had Derrick Henry. You would have been guaranteed your 2 offensive guys back for you. I mean.
But that was okay. I'll say this: what people don't realize is that they say that Derrick Henry carried in the playoffs. He did carry against the Patriots. And it was a defense which carried. I forgot the final score, but it was very
Carried
low
the ball
scoring.
a lot.
Didn't he
That's
do
what
it versus the
carried.
Ravens too, though?
Yeah, he
Well,
did.
okay, no, but if you look at it, before Henry had 30 yards rushing, Tannehill had 2 touchdowns. And then after that, they just ran the ball with Henry. I mean, he had a bunch of yards because that's the Titans thing. Is the Titans get out in front first, and then they run the ball, run out the clock, and then that's how they win the game. And if you say that, I mean, I've said it that running backs are a dime a dozen. I don't think Henry. I think Henry's special. I think that Henry and McCaffrey are special.
No.
And Saquon, but he
in
was injured last year.
In
So.
closing here, yeah, running backs are a dime a dozen, but you do get your
Yes. I
couple
feel bad
stars
for
out
running
there.
backs in the NFL.
Yeah, you still get your couple your couple stars like McCaffrey, Henry, Kamara maybe if he's not hurt. But
I'd say Saquon over.
yeah, oh yeah, Saquon. I forgot about Saquon.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Saquon's
Yeah,
over. Yeah.
In conclusion, you get your good running backs, but there's always a chance to get a better one the next year. And
Jared Patterson comes in.
Well, in certain systems for sure, but
yeah. I mean, you look at Saquon. Last year, he was out for 6 games, and I think the man still rushed for 1,000 yards. That's how you know he's a star. He was out for almost a quarter of this, or over a quarter of the season.
And I'm pretty sure the Giants' O-line isn't even that great.
It's subpar.
Like they got like one play. I think they got like one good player in free agency last season.
Nate Solder.
Yeah. And he's still doing that.
I think that's all we got for this episode, though. We kind of ranted on running backs there at the end, but that's what we do here. We like to rant on random things. So, does anybody got anything else before we end it off?
I do. I have one thing. We have to make this person proud, even though it's not a person. Shout out to I think people know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Sadie. Yeah.
Sophie.
Miss Sophie.
God damn it,
Miss Sophie.
How did you
Miss
mess that up?
Miss Sophie Barnes has a new home.
Okay. So, yeah, shout out to Miss Sophie. And I think that's all we got for you guys. So, no, I think you should just let them wait. All right. Okay, so check out that film room on tomorrow on Saturday, and then we're back for it on Monday. It's going to be our 2 months here on YouTube and our 20th Buds podcast. So, okay, so
It'll only be worth it
Kinda
if we get
sad
50
now, but-
subs.
Yeah.
Hopefully Miss Sophie subs. Hopefully
So
Whoever
if you guys
subs.
can like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.